which is a properly structured strategic planning session. Now, I said to the chairman of the board, who's in one of my coaching programs, he'd ask me, look, I've got to run this strategic planning day. What would you do, Lee? And I went through what I would do, and I said, but are you planning on running the meeting yourself? And he said, well, yeah, I was. I said, well, if you run the meeting yourself, that's not going to be so good. I mean, you're a chairperson. And I said, in this case, in this particular boardroom, there is a fantastic Ryco, there it is there, the whiteboard. I said, the person that holds the pen has a lot of power. And if you're already the chairperson and you want to have an intellectual, strategic input, or you want to raise issues around what's going on with the board or what the direction should be, then you probably need someone else. And I said, I'm not saying it because I want to generate business, but to get the best outcome on the day. And by the way, what's the turnover of the business? Needless to say, it's in the tens, if not tens and tens of millions of dollars. You might want to get someone external. Well, literally, he contacted other members of the board, and within 24 hours, he said, Lee, can you come and do the day? Now, in addition to that, what we did, and this is a big free tip, is we got pre-work going. Rather than board members just rolling up, and of course you have board papers and so on often at various meetings, pre-work, asking important questions that board members think about before they even come to the room. Then I'll give you another tip. What we did was, besides left brain planning, we also did right brain planning. Because as Peter Drucker said, the best way to predict the future is to invent it, is to create it. So I say, if you don't do some dreaming, how can you do planning? Because planning needs to be, and again, your subconscious mind has a lot more answers than your conscious mind. So how do you extract the information and fast track the planning? So that's what we did today. We extracted information and planning that could have taken 3 days and 4 days, and even there, it still would have been logical and linear rather than creative and inspirational. So it was a very creative, inspirational day. And so I go around the table at the end of the day and say, what did you get out of today? You not only had a process that we followed and engaged us in, but you also added an external point of view. And as I said, well, over 35 years working with everyone from Telstra, McDonald's, 300 different organisations of what has worked and what's not worked. So giving experiences and ideas from outside the box, outside the industry. Many times in Harvard Business Review wrote about industrial myopia. If you're in the timber industry, often you've got a pile of timber industry people sitting around a table, or the plumbing industry, plumbing, or legal industry, legal people sitting around the table. Yeah, but where's the outside diversity? Where is the external stimulation, which is what we did here today. So we had a fantastic day. And not only that, everything has been captured and is on this USB. So one, we can take all of the outcomes on the USB and we're going to summarise it into an action plan report for strategic plan. And as it works out, then I'm going to meet with the chairman and the general manager, and then we're going to come back as a board in 60 days' time, and we're going to begin to build in the accountability around implementation, which again we talked a lot about today. So what does that mean for you as a chief exec, as a chairman of a board, as a director, be it an executive or non-executive director? 1, structured strategic planning. 2, a culture of accountability. 3, a culture of implementation. And 4, making sure that the 12-month strategic planning and implementation is in fact a 12-month process, not a one-day exercise, and the plan gets put away and never to be seen again. I mean, this particular group had been using the same strategic plan, one-page strategic planning template for 3 years, which basically meant bring out last year's plan, make some changes, put it away, and that's called strategic planning. No, it's not. Peter Drucker would roll in his grave. That's not inventing the future. That's just making some minor modifications to the past. I don't think Steve Jobs made minor modifications to the past of Apple's strategic plan, nor did Elon Musk or anyone else that's ever been successful. Where are we heading? Where are the opportunities? What's changing in the environment? How are we functioning? Are we resourcing? Is our structure right? All of these things set the strategy, set the direction. What are the big goals we're going after? What are the big goals that might even scare us as we move into the future? As I say, the amoeba has to adapt or die. What's happening in the environment? How do we adapt and thrive in the future environment, as distinct from just trying to recreate what's happened in the past? Strategic planning, how well do you and your company do strategic planning? Not only the planning, but the implementation of it. Want some help? Touch base.